What's up, guys? My name, of course, is Travis, and I thank you so much for stopping by to check out the video for today. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys something a little different. I'm actually going to be bringing you guys a review on this right here. This is a Retrolink USB N64 controller. Now, I'm going to be going over the pros, the cons, the price of it, would I recommend it to somebody, that whole jazz, blah, blah, blah. Basically, everything I need to go through for a review. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing about this controller, I'm gonna go over the pros first with it. Now, the first thing is that naturally, the first pro to it is that it is USB adapted. Therefore, this controller is specifically designed to play emulators. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna go over is the buttons. The buttons are, I've not had a problem out of any of the buttons. They work really well. The only thing that I think is really weird about this controller is that it has this opening right here in the back, just like the old 64, the original OEM 64 controllers used to have, where you could put a rumble pack or a memory card. Now, the Retrolink sticker is on the back of it there. Now, I've not had any problem out of the buttons, so there's the pros for it. It's got the Retrolink emblem. There we go. I'll figure it out in a second. It's got the Retrolink emblem right there. Those are all the pros for it. I do have a couple of cons, and the one that I'm going to start with is the one that everybody who has this controller knows exactly what I'm talking about. The first con is the joystick, the analog stick. This thing is more sensitive than the guy who walked in the store in the movie Clerks and heard Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson talk about the job description of a jizz mobber. Now, this thing is very, very, very sensitive. Like, I cannot express enough how sensitive this f***ing analog stick is. Because what's going to happen is, you're going to get this thing, and you're going to be like, oh, first thing I got to do is get GoldenEye, or Perfect Dark. Well, what's going to happen is, you're going to run into things like this. And more recently, like this.
Open. Air pressure compromised. Warning. Warning. Airlock open. Air pressure compromised.
Man, what the f***? That is the biggest con of this controller. The other huge con about this controller is the fact that Retrolink, I've looked extensively online, like, to find some sort of customer service or support or anything like that that can help me out with this joystick. It's non-existent. Like, I don't know who manufactures these controllers, but they have no way to be able to send a strongly worded email about how their joystick is too sensitive, and you can't throw the f***ing alien out the f***ing door in Conker's Bad Fur Day when you're in the middle of a 24-hour live stream and you make yourself look like a f***ing idiot. Now, of course, we all want to know, well, what's the price of it? Do you recommend it to anybody? Well, first of all, guys, I'm going to start out by saying the price of it on Amazon is $14.39. The big question, would I recommend it to anybody? And the answer to that is no. And the reason I say this is because it doesn't matter what plug-in for whatever emulator you're using or how you go into your hardware devices on your computer and like try to calibrate it. It doesn't matter what you do, you're not going to be able to get this thing to do what you want it to do. It doesn't matter what you try. I've tried calibrating it 9 ways from Sunday. I've tried f***ing with the emulator settings. It doesn't matter. It doesn't work. Basically, what I'm getting at here is if you're trying to play, especially if you're trying to play a first-person shooter with this Retrolink controller, you're going to have a bad time. Now, with that being said, what I recommend if you're wanting to use one, first of all, I'm not even recommending this. What I'm recommending is go the extra mile. And if you happen to have a Nintendo 64, like an OEM Nintendo 64 controller, you're already halfway set. They have an adapter that is $10 or $11 on Amazon. It adapts your OEM Nintendo 64 controller to a USB. Therefore, you can use the OEM Nintendo 64 controller and you won't have this problem. But if you don't have an OEM N64 controller, what I recommend doing is going the extra mile and buying one off of Amazon and then also purchasing the adapter with it. You're going to save yourself a huge headache. Believe me when I say this, guys. So I don't know who is in charge of manufacturing these controllers. I don't know where they're located or anything about them. Like I said, I've done extensive online research to try to figure it out, and I have come up with nothing. So this goes out to the manufacturer. Whoever manufactures Retrolink controllers, specifically the Nintendo 64, get your shit together with the analog stick. Alright guys, well that's it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed this review of this controller. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure you drop a like on it, share it out. Hopefully a lot of people will see this before they decide they go out and buy this controller, be an idiot like I did instead of just going that extra mile like I was talking about earlier. But if you did, be sure you drop a like on it, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you.